Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a little trip down the memory lane. This video was recorded on June 5th, 2023, before the M8 rockets for allies were nerfed, and I present you a P-38 absolute masterclass. We enjoyed while it lasted. Unfortunately, the M8 rockets now have been nerfed, but I thoroughly hope you're gonna enjoy the upcoming video from the past. I absolutely enjoyed recording and playing that match, so I hope you enjoy. Thanks again for joining. Just a little trip down to the history, and I'll see you next one. Enjoy. Here we go, guys. Post commentary. Me and MASTERCLASS usually don't do it, but I had an amazing game that I managed to record. And if you are new to the game, if you are experienced in the game and you still want to learn some tips on how to fly aircraft in this game, how to be effective, how to aim your rockets and just do all the cool stuff that others are doing, make sure you watch this video because it's completely packed with just moments and situations, and it's mad. Let's hit the intro. Quick thinking. Hey guys, MASTERCLASS back with another video, and just chilling, relaxing, not streaming, not making video. I was just chilling and playing P-38. And I was, you know, for me it's almost like a habit, record just in case. And this is one of the cases. So we just jump into the game, and right off the bat, team marks one tank, I mark another one. And I've tried many times to do a double on a single run with M8 rockets, but I always fail to do so. Well, on this one we got the Tiger E and the Panzer III, and on the head-on I managed to get one of the gunners of BF-110. Sorry, Ju-188. I don't know why, but I thought it was a BF-110. There goes a great beginning of the match, which is going to be quite a long one, which didn't seem at the beginning because our team was struggling to cap the first point. And at this stage I was thinking, okay, cool, I'm happy I'm recording, I'm just gonna keep going. We're gonna try and play, this is a slow, balanced, therapeutic, close air support, anti-plane gameplay, and we'll just see where this takes us. So you can see we got two rockets left, but I was still going to rearming. So if you want to kind of learn a little bit from like flying planes in this game, then there's probably some takeaways you can have from this video. You can see me marking the streets myself, because that's how you usually spot the tanks, usually by an accident without knowing that they are there, but you can definitely mark enemy tanks yourself. There's an incoming plane. So yeah, sometimes if you are on a good speed and you're coming back already towards your rearming point, and you really don't have, like, I didn't have a real target because I've just killed two tanks and a plane, and I knew there wouldn't be another two tanks so quickly in the match. So I just decided we're just gonna go in RTB, return to base, and we're just gonna rearm real quick, so we can come back with a full ammo just in case someone spawns a tank. I did waste a couple of rockets there on the cap point somewhere to try and get some infantry kills. That was obviously no luck there, but this guy showed up, and we managed to get yet another plane kill. So yeah, at this stage you probably want to just, you know, hover around the battlefield, scout for enemy tanks. If you can't find them, you can always ask for coordinates. Sometimes teammates will call these out, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fly past and up and over once again, because the longer you hover around and over the battlefield, the more likely enemy planes are gonna catch you off guard. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna dump the rockets somewhere on the point or around the point. While I'm moving that direction, I'll just be quick, 450, whatever the airspeed was. We're gonna go and get another full ammo, and here we go, gaining altitude and just watching over the battlefield. this is how we're gonna roll. We're gonna try and clear every single plane we see in this match, and we're gonna try and make sure the enemy team has no breathing space when they spawn tanks. So we take a good angle here, because I know there's a lot of buildings in the way of the point, so that's why we went slightly towards the right side. I've seen a couple of tracers here and there. Didn't find any tanks, so I decided to fire off a couple of rockets there. And you can see I'm continuing the movement forwards, although I've passed the battlefield way back there. So this is a moment where you have a decent speed, and sometimes you can catch the enemy planes just spawning above you, and you can just flip around and be straight behind them. So that's yet another takeaway. When you feel that you are far enough and you have enough speed, you can go high enough. For example, like the enemy planes would spawn behind me right now, but I'll try and make sure I've got enough speed. By the time we've done this little loopy loop, there are actually 2 enemy tanks, which I managed to find the other one myself. There goes out the pair of rockets. Unfortunately, I believe we managed to get 4 of his crew out of that tank. But the tank survives, or it could just be infantry next to the tank that we killed and missed the tank completely. As of now, we are really fast. We're like 500 airspeed, heading back to get the rockets as soon as we can, because there's 2 tanks that we want to deal with. Constantly checking the kill feed on the right hand side, because it's a good marker to see if any of those tanks are going to be destroyed. So as far as I can tell right now in the kill feed, no tanks have been destroyed. So there we go. I zoomed in and I did the marking myself. Teammate gets the Panzer IIIN, so we are heading for the other one. There goes out the rockets, and the Panzer IV-H is down as well. If my teammate wouldn't have got the other one, I would probably try and go for another double. But I'm happy I was able to help out a friendly tanker, just spotting a tank, and he was able to take him out. And this is what I'm saying. We just killed the tank and we kept on flying straight, even though we've way past the battlefield. And this guy's just spawned in. We are low and fast, and he's high and fast, and he had no idea we are going to be right there. So my pilot does a bit of a lazy job of focusing when we zoomed in. But eventually I get my guns on the target, and he just decides not to. It's actually the same Alpha Wolf that we just killed earlier. I was so focused on the plane that we still have 4 rockets, but you can see we're doing 500 airspeed, up to 6 vehicle kills. And I just go RTB. We've just, again, we've taken out 2 tanks with the help of the teammate. We've taken out yet another aircraft, so there should be a moment of a breathing space. 110%. You can burn these P-38 engines for very, very long time. And this is my passive aggressive behavior. We're down to 600 tickets, and we're not really touching onto the point. I'm doing... as a pilot, I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy with my gameplay, and I just go in the chat and say shame. And I would have just kept on going like this till we eventually lose at the first point. And I don't know what it was. I couldn't find any tanks here, so we just went out all rockets to the cap point. Maybe we made the team angry a little bit with the shame remark. I don't know. But they will get their shit together any moment now. As you can see, we went past the cap zone again, and once again we keep the same pattern. We go way far past the point just to try and catch someone out, like the enemy aircraft spawning. You can see in the kill feed there's a 50mm KWK cannon killing my friendly, so that means probably a Puma has spawned. The head is always on the swivel. There's been a little moment with no planes, so you always want to make sure you check your rear. Again, doing 500 airspeed. We got full ammo, no rockets. We're just gonna try and stay low for the most part, so people can't see you that easily, and at the very end you can start gaining your altitude, because altitude is gonna help you fight enemy aircraft, and it will help you aim your rockets more accurately. So this is where I tried to remark that guy with the free cam. Did not work out at all, so we're just gonna turn in, zoom in, and I'm gonna try and remark it. Oh, there goes the red marker. I don't know why it registered it so quickly, but I believe every mark on a tank lasts for about 15 seconds or something. Boom, there goes the Puma, and my 50 mil KWK cannon in the kill feed. The guess that it could be a Puma apparently was right. Yeah, so every mark lasts for about 15 seconds. So even if you see an enemy tank marked and you're still quite far away from the battlefield, you probably still want to zoom in on it and just keep hitting the mark button, because it'll go off eventually. And you will instantly remark it. There goes the first point. My team takes the first point. There's a Tiger E somewhere. I've seen the 88 mil in the kill feed, trying to find him. Might be this guy. We're gonna go for him. There goes out the rockets. It's a Panzer IIIN, and there was yet another tank marker. So this is like the emergency, stressy, rushed option where you go up and over. And M8 rockets aren't that great to aim from above, although that's where they should be working the best, but I haven't really learned to aim them from above. You can see we miss that target, and that was actually the Tiger E. I was keeping kind of close attention to the kill feed, but I think I've missed the moment where that guy was killed. You can see he kills our M5A1 in the kill feed just now. Still an 88 mil from the enemy team. Going to get some more rockets. We do have some fuselage damage around the left engine and the middle of the cockpit from one of the I believe Ju-188 with the machine gunners, rear gunners. Managed to do damage, so we remarked that tank to make sure he stays marked for the next 15 seconds. And I'm looking for that Tiger, and I thought he was somewhere amongst the buildings. I really didn't believe he could be out on the street so far away, but there is a Tiger E, and I look at the name now and I'm thinking that's probably the same guy. And you can see we keep on going straight. And this guy is so focused then on his spawning. He's now thinking, where are the enemies? Where is he gonna go with his bombs, with his rockets? And he has no idea. We've just literally turned around behind his back. Literally leaves no chance for the enemy plane. Especially we are in so much more maneuverable aircraft compared to like 110 or Ju-188. It does survive quite a lot. You can see he's missing a half a tail, and he just decides to bail at this stage. And we managed to spot a tank. The teammates have spotted the tank, and I'm trying to remark it. We managed to do so, compose the aircraft, aim, and there goes out the rockets, and the Panzer IV-H is absolutely dead. We still have 2 rockets left, but as I said, we've been hanging around the battlefield for a little moment now, and we might as well use our 410 airspeed just to go RTB up to 11 vehicle kills. I was gonna say good job, thank you, but I almost crashed into the ground because I was holding the wrong key on the keyboard. So yeah, so far so good. A few takeaways you can take from this gameplay is that you can literally mark any enemy tank yourself. Just a tactic to push past the battlefield towards the enemy side, just to make sure you can sometimes get little freebies and catch the enemy aircraft off guard. Always keep your head on a swivel. Do not spend too much time looping and turning around and looping around over the battlefield. Eventually the enemy team is gonna catch you doing that. They will learn your patterns. They will build AAs, they will spawn planes, and I mean, you can't always be prepared for an aircraft behind you, and that's when you absolutely get boinked from behind without even knowing what hit you. So you can see we went past the point. Again, we slightly extended. This time we turned to the right, so if the enemy spawns, they should be like right ahead of us. And taking a bit of a risky approach, because yeah, as I said, if the enemy spawns right now, we're kind of next to each other. They could even be slightly behind me, so I'm just trying to keep my speed up. I believe we're just gonna dump the rockets around the point, getting a couple of infantry kills and using our 500 and above airspeed just to get out of there. Checking rear for some of the enemy planes. Even if they do spawn, we do have a good speed compared to them, up to 11. Yeah, 11 vehicle kills. Crazy to think that this game, none of the kills involves airstrike. So that's pretty cool. Even though I'm not on the ground and I really do not need a rally point, I understand that that's going to benefit my team immensely. And there's this guy, plays console, like he's involved in the chat, and he's doing all the commands and yada yada yada. You see, this guy didn't even bother chasing me to the rearming point, and I mean, I don't know why, but he just gave me all the cards on my end to get this guy. And there's a tank, which did we get him? Nah, we miss him, yeah. So yeah, I just like to trouble my team to build rally points because I know it's gonna benefit them. And essentially, if my team does well, it'll benefit me because I get the longer game to enjoy in this plane. I know there's 2 tanks, trying to remark both of them. I think we're going to try and go for a double here. Miss one and we miss the other one. Almost pancake in the ground. I believe we might have got like 3 crew out of one of them if I watch the kill feed. Yeah, that Puma is actually... in a damaged cam in the corner, pretty damaged, messed up. There goes the Puma. My team manages to take out the Puma, and yeah, just paying attention to the kill feed to see if the other tank survives, because it means that if no one's killed them, then you know, we turn around and go back and we can actively look for him. We definitely know he's still there because the only Puma is dead, and we can actually see a 75 mil on the enemy team is in the kill feed, so we are actively looking for it. You can see my team has somehow managed to compose itself. There's the destroyed Puma, and there's the other guy that we managed to get, Panzer III destroyed, and yeah, our team is capping the point number 2 on this very, very urban map. Really need to pick like the correct angles to get your rockets on target, especially when it comes down to tanks. Now we've extended above the battlefield pretty low. Now turning around just to make sure that if enemy plane spawns, it's, you know, somewhere above me or in front of me. So we're climbing, side climbing and extending. So if the enemy spawns right now, we literally need to finish our turning and they'd be literally like in front of us. We got 4 rockets left. We're gonna be, I believe, looking, I've seen some tracers here and there. I was trying to find and figure out what it was. I didn't, so I believe it might be like an HMG somewhere in the building. So I believe we're just gonna go ahead and dump our rockets somewhere near the point, get a couple of knocks, a kill, and again use our above 500 airspeed. You can see someone's trying to shoot me and there's an enemy plane. We go low to disappear. Above 500 airspeed and we are out, and that guy does not even bother chasing after me because we are low and fast. I would not be surprised if he didn't even see me down there. So yeah, we peacefully rearm. He did his run, and for some reason he's turning around again. So this is why you don't want to spend too much time above the battlefield, because I honestly don't know where he's going at the moment. He wasn't coming for me. Gives me an easy fire set. Gives me a bit of a time to turn around. And this is where I first ever noticed that my oil is getting a bit hot. We've been running for a while. I would say probably for some like 15 minutes or something. Can't find any of the tanks, so we're just gonna go all rockets out. And I believe we're going to do a quick turn. Yeah, we've just killed the plane. We are very close to turning around, so I decided to do a quick turn instead of extending above the battlefield. And kind of on a side of the battlefield, we are slightly climbing and going to rearm. Up to 14 vehicle kills. And this is where you will see we're climbing now. Watch my throttle input. We can see there's a plane and an enemy tank in the kill feed, and the team caps another point. Gives us a bit longer lifeline. So you will see me juggling around with the throttle. I was climbing and turning around. We went to 110, but to keep the temperatures down, we are going to be running engine quite often at 90 to 95%. I know that plane was a suicide runner, so that 110 crashed. But we managed to find a tank, and that guy is one slippery guy. He just managed to turn in to a street. It was very smoky. but I did manage to see enough to understand that he actually went in between the buildings. So we go around, my team remarks this guy, and again we're quite of a steep approach here. I don't know how successful this is gonna be. There goes out the rockets, and as I said, yeah, I'm not really haven't really got my aim from such high above. I've really learned how to aim those M8s properly, coming in a rather shallow angle, to be honest. And if you want a little tip, I usually I don't zoom in when I fire. I zoom out at the last moment, and I just aim for the bottom of the circle. And it just usually works. You see, bottom of the circle, slightly low this case. I was probably a bit wobbly on the aim at the end. So I know there are 2 tanks, but we are very comfortably angled towards the rearming point, and I know that there is no point to turn around. Even if I get those rockets on target, I can only take out one of the tanks. So I decide, nah, we're gonna burn the engine a little bit, then we save the engine a little bit, go and grab a full rocket loadout here. So when we come back, if both of the tanks have survived this little moment, then we have at least an opportunity to take out both of them. After the turn, we have a very decent altitude here. I see that plane coming in, but I noticed that guy is totally not like looking at me whatsoever. So okay, we're gonna be focusing the tanks. I managed to find one. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the other one. A bit wobbly approach, but Panzer IV-H is dead, and now even our water is getting hot, so we need to go down to 95%, and we extend above and away from the battlefield, because I know there's an enemy plane that's probably turned around by now. Again, I was probably too busy to look for tanks and try and mark them and try and get my rockets on target, that I didn't notice that plane might have just, I don't know, that guy bailed or something. And then I notice him. Okay, there he is. I know there's a tank somewhere. If I'll manage to find him real quick, I'll go for him. If not, since I failed to do so, we just turn and go for the plane. And what I missed it in the game. I should have just kept on going straight there to the battlefield. I missed it in the match itself, but now I've seen it in the kill feed. That BF-110 pilot bailed from an aircraft. I didn't see that back then, so now I'm desperately looking for him. I'm now terrified to turn around, because I've got a feeling he's going to be literally behind me. And you know, BF-110 behind you at 37 mil. Like those cannons, like he needs to remotely hit you and you'll absolutely implode and fire and just debris. So yeah, this is where I was confused. I didn't know where that guy went. So we managed to find a tank on our approach back. We have 4 rockets left. We send a pair out. Missed the tank, and this is unlike I would usually do. I had 2 rockets and I was kind of heading towards the rearming point, and I decided, you know what, I'll take a side approach here to make sure I will avoid all the buildings, and I'm gonna actually try and go for this guy once again. So my team marks him and I try to remark him again. There's a friendly tank. I don't know if he's in danger. We send rockets and we miss him, because I wanted to do a cool looking long range launch, but I totally miss him. Luckily, my teammates with an explosive pack manages to take this guy out, and I just missed how many vehicle kills we have there. Some like 17 or something, I think, maybe. So you can see for yourselves, I've missed a couple of those chances, so we would be easily at like 20 for sure now. And crazy to think that none of these kills, yet again, I'm going to say it again. Oh no, we're at 15, okay. None of these kills will involve enemy airstrike. I don't even think they called in a single airstrike. So you can see 95% of the throttle. We are saving the temperatures of the engine so they would last. If we're going to keep burning them, they'll just give up on us. I couldn't find any tanks, went down to the side of the battlefield, and by that time my team manages to find one. So we do a quick turnaround, we take off flaps, we burn the engine just for a turnaround back to... We'll do the maneuver here, I believe. There goes a Tiger E, and we go back to 95%. Low, and fast, and check for the enemy planes to come in. This is what you want to constantly do. Up to 10,000 points. And well, there goes our team, touching on the second to last point with 557 tickets to go. I would say we are in a prime position to literally take this game, take this match home. Looking for more tanks, because we do still have 2 salvos of rockets. Could not find any of those. I wonder now if I'm gonna send out the rockets. I don't. And you'd be like, why did you not do it? I don't know why I didn't. Only thing I do know is that we've spent a bit of a time above the the battlefield already, and yet I do decide to turn around instead of going rearming. If that would be 2 rockets, I'd probably just go and rearm. So we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna send some rockets towards infantry next to the point. Completely missed those. Extend a little bit past the point to see if there's some enemy planes spawning in. This guy in the chat, like he was the man. He was dictating the chat, and probably he was one of the reasons why the match lasted as long as it did. And I decided to jump on the train and help him with some of the rally point calls. Sometimes you just need to, like, I don't even need, as I said, rally points, but my team building rally points would immensely benefit from it. And as I said myself as well, if I don't want to jump out of the plane or get on the ground, whatever. So yeah, we can see now going to rearm again, checking the rear. And this time we decide to go turn towards the right side, which would be the left hand side of the battlefield, because there's quite a few buildings that we can catch in the way of the tanks. So I decided we're gonna just burn the engine a little bit, 110 on the throttle, just gain some altitude, and if by any chance we manage to spot the tank, we should be in a good position somewhere in between the buildings to get that kill. And this is where we literally look for tanks. I see a lot of tracers here and there, but I don't manage to find any tanks. At the last second I saw that muzzle flash, and I managed to mark an anti-tank cannon on the street, and it's still marked. I'm gonna be coming back towards it, see if I can remark it, because I believe by the time I turn around the marker goes off any moment now, I believe. Yeah, I tried to remark it, and I have my suspicion on that my friendlies managed to destroy it maybe. So yeah, we hold on to the rockets, we hold on to our guns, and we go for another turnaround. So we've gone over the battlefield without firing twice now. We are reaching a dangerous, amount of, length of time that we're spending above the battlefield. Gives enemy team more time to build AA stations, gives them time to, like, I'm so focused in now. If there would be an enemy plane, I wouldn't even know that. Patience pays off. We find a tank, see if we can get him, launch the rockets. There goes the Panzer IIIN, and we keep on the speed and keep on going straight, and actually turning slightly towards the enemy side. Just extend, just in case if anyone spawns once again, to be on the safe side. We got a fairly good distance here. We're doing actually the cool turn, 95% on the throttle, making sure the water and oil is cool on both engines, and there we go. Because we turned towards the enemy side, this guy has no idea we are here. We're just turning around, and he's going to be able to turn around by the time I get to him. So I decide we're going to go low here, so he doesn't spot me. I don't think he would have spotted me anyway. We make sure we get a couple of good hits there, and there he goes. And just flying over there, I managed to hear a tank, and I'm like, okay, 110% throttle, some machine guns towards me, take off flaps, quick turnaround, and let's go for that guy. And I believe I struggle to find him, and if I look at him now, yeah, I'm looking for him way too high. He's like literally below me somewhere. Okay, so I know there's a tank, which I could not find. We're looking back, making sure there's no planes, and at the same time trying to see if we can find that enemy tank. Again, we're using a bit of an engine here on a turnaround and some flaps. You can see the oil is not that healthy in terms of temperature, and there goes my team's marker, which I spotted at the last second. And again, Steep angle, slightly banked. We miss the guy, or maybe I've got a feeling we might have got one crew out of his tank. So now I have a fair idea where this guy is at. Again, we're burning the engines again. You'll see it go up to 80 degrees, and I know he's now on this curve of the road, and we managed to mark him fairly early, and we'll see if we can get him. Bottom of the circles, there goes the Panzer IV-H. Nice. Out of rockets, 90%, because we were coming from the dive. I don't really need to push my engine now hard to get back to the rearming point. We're still doing over 400 airspeed. Maybe at the last moment I'm probably gonna go to 110, because I'm gonna realize we are on very low tickets here. There goes 110 throttle takeoff flaps for the turnaround, because I just find takeoff flaps, they're just biting the best with full power. Like with takeovers you need speed, and if you have speed and takeovers, then the plane is gonna bite and turn. If you are on a slow speed and you have takeoff flaps, then the plane can get a bit lousy and drowsy and a bit lazy. So we managed to mark yet another tank, but this bugger manages to go around the corner. Judging by the speed, it's probably a Puma. I know we do have a 75mm howitzer on our team. You can see that guy going around the corner. We tried to turn around, and our 75mm howitzer, the M2, I believe was probably an M8, manages to take out that Puma easy peasy. We go down to 95%. Just check the rear for enemy planes. Down to 125 tickets, and we are somehow stuck at this stage. We can see occasionally enemy team using some Condors MGs, and like the enemy team is they're fighting. They did not give up after we took like those 3 points, because they know they can win. So we're scouting for, I can see these traces, and I'm like, even if I can't mark it, I'm gonna try and hit those. And that's when it clicked. So we just destroyed a strategic construction, which was probably like I don't know, an ammo crate or a sandbag wall or something, and it clicks me. There's an HMG that's built inside the building, and that guy is probably mowing down my whole team. So I come from an angle where I can pretty much get it. I try to mark it, I believe, and we're just gonna go all rockets out to save our team from this. One goes out, the other goes out. Machine gun suppressed, gun destroyed, and either if it was the machine gun nest or an HMG, we have successfully taken it out just based on where the tracers come from. Again, something you can probably try and take away, but you need to be rather accurate with those rockets to make sure you can nail those hits. Up to 99 kills and 19 vehicles destroyed in this battle, down to last 34 tickets. If we would cap it now, there would still be a fairly good chance, but if we hit the timer, like how often does the team hitting a timer manages to cap a point? So at this stage we're kind of burning the engine, kind of saving it, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna need it. The only thing I can think of, damn, this would be such a sick video if we could get 20 vehicle kills, and none of that would be enemy airstrike. So I go all out on the point trying to help my team, and there's a plane. We've got 10 tickets left any moment now. This guy turns towards me underneath, so I extend above. We hit the timer, and I'm like, this is our chance. This is our chance. We can get the vehicle kill number 20 just to top it off. This is probably gonna be a loss, but I'm like, oh, please don't crash here. And he does not crash here, and I'm like, okay, we just need to get like some good hits. And honestly, that probably for the most of the time, they probably crashed themselves. So he's got a half a tail, fuel leak, and he goes down into the trees, and it's the same Alpha Wolf we've killed God knows how many times. The guy that was very vocal in the chat and helpful goes, good game, whatever, good job. And there's 2 more tanks. Like, imagine if we capped this, like there's just vehicle paradise. We could keep on going on and on again. Just about 100 kills, 20 vehicle kills, and 12 and a bit thousand points. Like, you see, they're lined up nicely. If only I had rockets there. and unfortunately it's going to be a loss. But it does not take away from the fact that P-38 is amongst the best aircraft in the whole game. It might lack on the infantry killing side, you know, it might lack on that. Still, if you get your M8 rockets anywhere near a group of infantry, it'll definitely do the damage. But it was a really, really fun game. 12,600 points, no deaths, 20 vehicle kills without any enemy aircraft. Sorry, the airstrikes, which are the AI controlled. Really enjoyed. Looks like our team literally took all the medals. The enemy team barely had like one each. And yeah, there goes this guy. 50,000 experience, the whole battle time, all the stats, one guy gets that. So yeah, it was really, really cool. Thank you so much for watching. It's a weird post-com. 12 tanks and 8 planes destroyed. Super fun game, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. For more similar content like this on Enlisted, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.